is Mike Schiller, and I'm the president of Northwest Suburban Astronomers Club. And we're thrilled to have you here with us tonight for our very first virtual astronomy day. I'm going to share my screen here. I want to talk through some of the programming that we have for you tonight, as well as some of the benefits associated with being an NSA Club member. So as I mentioned, it's our very first virtual event, but we're doing it and hosting it with our long-standing partner, Harper Community College and the Department of Physical Sciences. It's great to be collaborating with them again, and especially in this new realm of virtual Astronomy Day events. And you can see here, we've got a number of great presentations, a lot of great information that we're going to be sharing with you tonight, as well as some fun hands-on activities. So we hope that you're able to stay with us throughout the duration of the night. We go from 6 to 10, and again, we've got a fun-packed and educationally packed agenda. Let me run through briefly just some of the benefits of joining our club. Annual membership dues are $20 for a family and $10 for 18 and under. Membership includes a subscription to the Astronomical League, which I love the Astronomical League. They have so many different observing lists, observing challenges, really opens up your eyes to many different objects that you can be viewing in the skies. A lot of the lists are naked eye, some are binoculars, and of course some are with telescopes. There's a lot of additional benefits that come with club membership. We'll get to those in just a moment, or where you can find those in just a moment. Some of the other membership benefits are we have 94 observing events for club members only throughout the course of the year. We have permit sites in DeKalb and permit sites in McHenry County at the Forest Preserve districts. We have 3 full weekends where we have observing events for club members, as well as the Saturday night following the club meeting, which is always scheduled around or closest to the full moon. So a lot of opportunity to get out, see what other folks are doing, learn about some gear, share experience, ask questions. You'll find that our club is very, very social. We also host 2 star parties for our club members. They are held up at Wildcat Mountain, southwestern Wisconsin. Beautiful Bortle 3 skies and just beautiful scenery in general. They call this area the driftless region. The glaciers did not flatten the terrain, so you got a lot of hills. You've got the Kickapoo River, so a lot of daytime events and activities for you, as well as a great time at night under some of the best skies in the area. And again, opportunity to be with other club members and image, observe, or just get together and hang out and socialize. We also like pizza, and we do get together at Rosati's after our Friday club meetings. And now with the restaurant being opened again, we do have a handful of club members that are heading out there after our Friday club meetings. We've got 146 members in the club right now, and the membership experience goes from beginner to expert. It ranges from first-time hobbyists to members in the club that have 40 plus years experience in the hobby of astronomy. And as diverse as the science of astronomy is, you'll find that same level of diversity in skills and knowledge and expertise represented across the 146 club members that we have. So to learn more about NSA or Northwest Suburban Astronomers Club, go and visit us at nsaclub.org. You'll see the many other benefits that are associated with club membership. You'll also have a link that you can click to join the club. And once you are a member, you can set up an account on our group's IO site, where you'll have access to all of the club files. You can create your own photo album, our monthly celestial log newsletter, as well as the observing calendar, observing lists, etc. So again, welcome to tonight's virtual astronomy event. We're thrilled to have you with us and hope that you enjoy the programming that we have in store for you. Wally, I'll turn the floor over to you now.
So during this year's Astronomy Day event, we want to showcase the great astrophotographers that we have within our club and the great pictures that they've been taking. I am not a great astrophotographer. This is a picture that I took. Well, why are we starting then with a simple moon? Well, the moon is our closest neighbor, and often it's forgotten. People want to look at a galaxy, they want to look at a nebula, something in the deep sky. but the moon is right here and the detail is so easy to capture. I actually took this picture with an iPhone, handheld, through my giant binoculars. So you don't have to be a great astrophotographer with a lot of expensive equipment to start getting involved in astrophotography. It could be as simple as just using your iPhone and just a steady hand. And I'm also showing this moon right now because our first presentation tonight is actually about the moon. Again, it's our nearest neighbor, and sometimes we forget about it. So Tim will be talking about a great tool that it's available for free to learn more about the moon, study more about the moon, and I think get ourselves involved a little bit more in our hobby. So Tim, take it away with your discussion on the virtual moon atlas.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. And start my slideshow. Okay, hopefully everyone can see that.
Yes.
Welcome to Astronomy Day, and I hope you've been having a good day. I'm going to be talking about some freeware that is useful for people who are interested in the moon. It's called Virtual Moon Atlas. The topics I'll cover will include what is Virtual Moon Atlas? How does it work? What can you do with Virtual Moon Atlas? And then provide some additional tips to learn more and get started with it. Virtual Moon Atlas is free open source software. It includes high quality images and other information about the moon. It's available in Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. You download, install, and run Virtual Moon Atlas like any other freeware. I will be providing a demonstration of the Windows version of Virtual Moon Atlas on my laptop. There's very, very many things that you can do with Virtual Moon Atlas. I've created a list of 10, but it's really just a start. Due to time constraints, I'm going to highlight the last 3 here in my demonstration: identifying some sites, viewing some features from better angles, and simulating a scientific feature of the moon called the libration, that you can think of it as how the moon wiggles in the sky. So to get started or learn more, I've provided links for the Virtual Moon Atlas webpage and its download. Some local clubs that support interest in astronomy include our club, the Northwest Suburban Astronomers, and the Astronomical League, which Mike mentioned in his introduction. There's chat forums to support your interest in Virtual Moon Atlas, including on Groups.io. Finally, for those who really get interested in observing, I recommend a website called cloudynights.com. All of this will be posted on our club's website on the Astronomy Day page. At this point, I'm going to need to switch my screens so that you can see the Virtual Moon Atlas in operation. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. I have Virtual Moon Atlas fixed for 10 p.m. on April 24th, the day of our Astronomy Day today. The first thing I was going to demonstrate was how can you use the Moon Atlas to identify objects? Let's say you're out observing later and you have binoculars or perhaps even a telescope, and you see pretty much what I'm displaying here. And you're interested in identifying this rather prominent crater here that's just a little bit left and above the center point of the moon. If I highlight it, you can see that it shows up here and identifies this as Copernicus crater, named after the famous astronomer. And it includes a lot of data on the crater, including things like its size. It shows that it's around a 56-mile circular crater and the height of the crater walls and any center peak. Another thing I was going to show you is, let's say you're interested in these dark areas on the moon. These are called mare for reasons that scientists in the past, before we knew more about the moon, thought that they were actually seas. That's I believe, a Latin word for sea. And you can see there's kind of these three that are linked together here, and you might have an interest in this one right here. Let's zoom in on that one right there. Now, keep in mind that the database includes hundreds and hundreds of objects, but if we look around here, we can find that it will identify correctly what we're looking at here, which I'm having a hard time finding it. It's actually identifying craters instead of the Mare Tranquillitatis. Found the right spot. Otherwise known as the Sea of Tranquility. It's very famous because that's where Apollo 11 first landed men on the moon. And in fact, we can locate the base for Apollo 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. I'm going to type that in. Apollo 11. Let's see if we can find it. And there it is, on toward the edge of the Sea of Tranquility. Another thing that I said you can do with Virtual Moon Atlas is you can look at places on the moon at better angles. Keep in mind that it's a virtual globe, a moon globe. So let's take a look over here at this mare. This one is called Mare Crisium. And if you can see my pointer, hopefully up on the limb toward the right. Let's change the orientation here so that we can get a better look at Mare Crisium. You can see as I pivot it, and once again we zoom in, I find it quite interesting that Mare Crisium, although from an oblique angle that we usually see it from Earth, it looks like it would be circular. In fact, it's rather oval in shape. And you don't realize that until you get the kind of view that's directly above it. Okay, third thing I'm going to demonstrate is something that scientists call the moon's libration. Libration is a scientific term that describes the fact that the moon, while it's tidally locked and it has the same face toward the Earth, because it's in an elliptical orbit, because it's also in an orbit that is at an angle, at different points in its orbit, we can see a little bit around the edge of the moon that we normally don't get to see, or even a little bit above or below. And I'm going to demonstrate that with Virtual Moon Atlas. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn off the, well, let's leave it in the phases. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this tab, which allows me to change it day by day. And you'll see the phase changing, and you'll probably get a sense, oh, I got to turn off the globe. Let me go backwards. Let's start on the 24th again. So I have to turn off the globe mode, and it's back in the regular phase mode. Now you're going to get that sense of it. You see how it's moving around? And it even better, I'm going to turn off the phase, so now the entire moon is going to be fully lit, and you'll really get a sense of what's happening now. Watch what happens. Not only does it wiggle, it also moves closer to us and further away from us. And that's why, in fact, scientists, because of this effect, can see 60% of the moon's surface. So I hope that you found that interesting. Remind you again that if you have an interest in the Virtual Moon Atlas, to check out the websites to support it, and be sure to check out all the other programs tonight. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Tim. That was a very interesting tool that you found there. You know, I can see both novices and seasoned veterans using that, because I mean, a lot of people say, well, what's there to look at tonight? Oh, just the moon is up. And you walk away and you say, oh, we've seen the moon before. That's a great way to actually study the moon, get to know it better, know some of the features. And I think it's pretty cool to maybe, if you've got a small telescope, to start to look down and actually look at, you know, where did some of these landings occur on the moon and some of the sites. So very cool. Thank you very much, Tim.